probably have them in short clothes. Sure. Oh crap! I gotta say, it actually does look kind of cool. With the whole brush look, but I'll say it looks pretty fresh. On this beautiful day.
Hey, hey. How is Miss Single Mom today?
This really weird, awkward looking faded.
There's not much going on, sweetheart. We just thought we'd pop in here and talk a little bit about what's going on. What have you been up to, Miss Single Mom?
I actually prefer that this straight, really sharp line, so this is going to come off. And a lot of people are saying that it's playing more mud.
Good evening, Kenzie.
But I don't really care. It's meant to go in the mud. So why am I pretending that I want to? What's the point? What's the actual point? It goes in the mud.
So, Single Mom, what'd you think about that private investigators today?
He's going to come off. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to go around. And
hey, lady, I'm here.
I see you're here.
This goof off is a lot of residual wrap on it. So I'm just going to go with a little.
Hello, Candy Rose.
Spray it a little bit. Get that.
Are you setting up your new apartment? I love doing that.
It's always fun.
Yes. Hello from Roan Mountain. I know where that's at. First time with me. Well, we're absolutely tickled pink to have you here, sweetheart. Please make yourself at home. Why?
I've already caught it. It's already taken care of.
Thank you.
I was going to let the first one slide, but when there was 10 more behind that, no.
Yeah.
Let the first one slide because we don't, bash other creators on here. So.
Well, why am I still blocking them? They're still letting me block them. It's like they're different. They're different users.
No, it's all the same user.
Hey, Grandma D. Is that who's doing it?
Mm-hmm. DJ Trap Boy.
Who?
DJ Trap Boy. The one you have on screen right now?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about CNC investigations.
Oh.
Wasn't that
Dawn?
In that Dawn and Candace's private investigators they've been using?
That does sound familiar, doesn't it?
It is. Dana K, hello, sweetheart. Tina Bird, Bugler. How are you guys today? We're just killing a little bit of time, letting everybody get in here. We really don't have anything planned. We just wanted to talk about things that have been going on the last couple of days, guys.
Yeah. We felt like everybody was probably missing us because we didn't do a live yesterday, but had done a live every day this week.
Yeah. Oops. I didn't realize that, guys.
We skipped the day.
Okay, that is the ones doing it. Chris Claybo. Well, hopefully they find something.
Hopefully they're legitimately doing it instead of just saying that they're doing it to get the heat off of Don and Candace, you know?
That, well, I was going to say, I hope they're actually working for Summer and not Dawn and Candace.
Right.
But I also have some bodywork hammers I'm going to be using too.
So anybody got any news to tell? Has anybody had any babies, grandbabies? Has anybody had any birthdays? Give us some good news, guys.
I don't have any big news today.
You mean you haven't had a baby lately?
Nope, not lately. At least not for 9 weeks today.
They're doing it for free? Well, I mean, that's got to be a good thing.
I did read in that article that, yeah, they're doing it. They said that they've been doing it for free up until this point, but that they are going to have to charge Don and Candace some sum of money to do it, to continue to do it.
So they're working for Dawn and Candace, which means the results go to Dawn and Candace.
Which means we're probably not going to get front out of this.
That's right. You're breaking up, babe.
I am?
Yeah, you were, but you're not now. My grandkids are here from Florida. See, now that's great news.
That is great news.
I hope you're enjoying the time you've got with them, sweetheart. I hope they're still little and you can enjoy them, period, instead of being teenagers.
Can you believe Nugget is 9 weeks old today?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Time flies, let me tell you.
Sure does.
I know something I can talk about. Now, keep in mind, we are not mentioning any names. I do not want to start trouble with no other channels. I'm trying to keep my channel drama-free. But I do have my own opinions about things. And I watched a video from a day or so ago this morning. And I understand it. High cold cases with Crystal. Rebecca. I understand that there's a certain person who happens to think that you could not be 15 or 16, have a child, and be divorced. Can you believe that? Jen?
It is completely possible to be married at 14 in some states, or in other states with a parent's permission, have a child, and divorce by the age of 15 or 16.
How would you know that?
How would I know that?
How would you know that?
Well, let's see. I talk to you on the daily, and I know here in Ohio, you have to be 18 to do it on your own. But if you're younger with a parent's permission, you can do it.
But do you know anybody that was married at 14, had a child at 15, and got divorced at 16?
Just one person that I've ever met.
And who would that be?
Well, I can't even say that I've met, but somebody that I have come to know very, very well. And that would be the one and only Nana.
That's right. So it is very possible. And if you all would please spread the word that you know that it is very possible. So that it very well could have been possible for Candace to have been married, had a child, and divorced by the age of 16. And, you know, there's things called unwed mothers' homes where girls do get sent to have a child, and then the child gets adopted out where nobody knows anything about it.
Yep.
And in those cases, they don't use the correct names, especially not in a public paper.
Or even if they do use the correct name, they would spell it differently.
Exactly. I just wanted to get that out there. That's just my opinion. I mean, well, not my opinion. It's a fact. I mean, it is possible.
Yep, that's been bugging me all day too.
See, I had a cousin that did exactly that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're in Westgate. Huh?
Yeah, it is absolutely not impossible. I mean, technically, I could have had a child at 10 years old.
Oh, wow. Come on now.
Well, I mean, technically, female wise, I could have,
Right.
but you know, the way you go about it, there's no way in hell.
Right. Oh, you didn't come in late, honey. We just now started. We just jumped on here because we're bored. Tina, what is 10 and 6? I don't get it. Oh, the kids. The kids. Okay.
They're still young enough.
Oh, yeah. But I think she also said that they were teenagers. Oh, 4 grandkids are teenagers. Right. Oh, Dana has 4 grandkids that are teenagers, and you still enjoy them. Yeah, I enjoy my 6 grandkids that are teenagers too. I enjoy my 6-year-old better.
I've only got 1 grand that's a teenager, and the rest are 12 and under. So teenager, 2 preteens, and then the littles.
And where'd you say you live, Dana? In Virginia. Okay. Oh, where did you say you're from, Dana? Sterling. Okay, Sterling, Virginia. So see, you're partially south, and that happens a lot in the south, or it used to anyways. So I was just wanting that information out there. It is very possible for someone to get married at 14, have a kid at 15, and be divorced by 16. Just, I like people to have knowledge of what is possible and what has been done. I don't like it when people are trying to act like things aren't possible simply because they've never experienced it or seen it done, like us in the South have. Hi, Karen. Hello, Miss Lisa Renee. Sterling, Virginia, near D.C. My relatives live in Southwest Virginia, Franklin County. Okay. I got married at 18 and divorced with kids at 24. Lord, honey, by the time I was 20, I had all 4 of my kids.
And I got married at 19, was divorced by 21, divorced again at 23, and then didn't remarry until, 9 years ago. So remarried until I was 40. The first 2 were a learning experience.
Okay, so what is everybody thinking about the private investigators? Y'all think they're actually working on Summer's side of things now, even though Dawn and Candace has to pay them?
Do you really think Don and Candace are actually going to pay them?
No. Somebody put in my chat, I think it was today, or not chat, but the comments, I think it was today or yesterday one, and they said they were so happy that Don was getting out and that he would be able to work on doing the classes and getting his boys back, and that way he can search for his daughter. And
there is no getting the boys back. That's a done deal.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why they would even consider that would be the first thing on his mind.
Now, the first thing on his mind is going to be his drugs.
Yeah, the first thing on his mind is going to be a cigarette.
Yep.
A drink of R&R and drugs.
And
then he's going to want to find Candace.
Yeah. And I would be willing right now to bet my entire disability check that he has not thought about Summer not one time while he has been locked up, unless she's haunting his ass.
Right. Hello, Charlotte. Hi, Charlie K. Susan says, I don't think they will pay anything to anybody. I don't either, hon.
No.
That's if we can even get Candace to come back. I texted her friend today and asked her if she was staying with her, but I never got an answer. And you know what I thought was so weird, Jen? When we were watching that person today and they gave out Grandus's full name, it's Candace Cora, right?
Right.
Candace's best friend, or used to be best friend years ago when she was still with Richard, her name is Cora.
That sounds kind of sus to me.
Me too. He hasn't, or he would have said something. He hasn't what, or he would have said something. I've never divorced the first asshole just to make sure I couldn't marry another one. Honey, I did that for years. I stayed married and refused to get divorced. I did. Just so I wouldn't ever remarry.
My first two were abusive, so there's obviously reasons that I left.
I know that they said that Candace was with some of Dawn's friends in Arkansas, but it's not Dawn's friends.
Yeah.
This was her best friend 16 years ago when she was with the guy named Richard, whom I don't have any proof of, but I do believe, you know, the baby that she says she gave up for adoption, I believe that's the father to that child. I did not get a last name. But that's what her friend Cora told me, was that she was with Richard 16 years ago when she lived in Arkansas. When Cora was her best friend. And I know her and Cora still stayed in touch because Cora was in touch with her after Summer got gone.
I know there's one other thing that I just wanted to touch on really quickly just to update everybody.
What?
To let them know that you and I both look on the daily and there is still no updates on the remains found in Bristol.
Right.
Just in case anybody was wondering.
Thank you. I meant to bring that up, but I forgot. Charlie, I love that. Thank you. Isn't that sweet? It says, hey, y'all coming in. Welcome. Make yourself comfy and share your opinion. Well, all opinions are welcome. But now I had a couple one
person with a couple of different comments.
Yes, today. That wasn't so nice. So if we can't be nice, guys, please don't share.
Yep, I had to come busting out the wrench today.
I don't know how many children she's actually had. And I'm not even saying that woman in New England that they were speaking of that had that baby, I'm not saying that was Candace. I'm saying that it is possible it could have been Candace.
Well, to our knowledge, we know of 7. We know of 1 that she gave up for adoption, the 2 that she had with Andrew, and then the 4 with Don. So
Right.
We know of 7 children. We don't know if there's any more in there at any given point. I did hear the rumor that she did have another one after Summer that they placed for adoption as well.
Right.
But that is just a rumor. Please don't take my word for that. You know how the rumor mill goes.
Of course. So does anybody have any definite information on Don, whether he is actually in jail, whether he's not in jail, whether he's in rehab, whether he's in federal custody? I've heard it all.
You bolted me straight up out of a good position the other night with that, Nana.
Oh, I know. But no, I mean, I heard that he's in federal custody since then. And I've also heard that they went ahead and expedited his rehab and he's actually in rehab. And I spoke to a person who is best friends with his probation officer. And they said that he is still supposed to be going and doing his rehab. And if he doesn't do the rehab, then he will finish out 272 days in jail. And that allegedly come from his probation officer.
Single mom says she called 2 days ago and he's in a one-man cell in Hawkins County.
Okay, well, thank you, single mom.
Thank you.
I know
crap.
it
That's right.
amazes me how it went away too.
One of us was actually supposed to call Utah, and with everything else, I totally forgot.
I did too. Well, thank you, Karen. Says, I love your channel. I have been here a couple of times. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I try to always do honest, and if it's not honest, I'll let you guys know it's speculation or whatever, or alleged. I try to make sure nobody gets into arguments or fights or causes drama or calls people names. I can't stand that. Oh, what'd Susan Smith say?
Let me scroll back up.
I got it. No,
Okay.
she was supposedly fixed after summer. Okay.
Well, see, that's another rumor that I had heard too. That's why I said the whole having a baby after summer was just a rumor that I didn't have any factual evidence on, because I had also heard that she'd gotten fixed after that too.
You think she'll be back with Dawn after Susan says she thinks she'll be back with Dawn after he gets out?
Probably.
And I know I've heard several people say Chris M said Mary. Oh, actually, I watched a clip today and I did hear Chris say that. But the fact is, Chris didn't give up what she actually said or did, except that she went and seen Dawn and then went back to Utah and told him what Dawn said. So everything is alleged until it's proven otherwise, guys. I wouldn't hold your breath until you know for a fact.
But yeah, as far as her being right back with Don if and when he gets out, I absolutely agree with that, because misery loves company.
When Don gets out of the Hawkins County, you think the worst thing he could do is stay. Why? The best thing for him is to stay in Hawkins County, because obviously nothing bad can happen to him. Nothing bad happens to him in Hawkins County.
Right. He will be protected there by the people of the same kind, his kind of people. Now, if he travels to any other state with the millions upon millions of people that, have prayed for Summer, have been out looking for her on their own, he is not guaranteed safety. He would definitely need some backwoods justice somewhere.
Dana, I will say that I agree with you. I really would prefer not to discuss it because I don't want to get drug into it. But I will back Brandy and John.
Oh, yeah.
If it comes down to it, I was there. I do know what was said. I seen it. And they did nothing wrong. But other than that, I would really rather try to keep the channel free of drama for right now. But just know that I will back them 100%. I've already told them that.
We decided before we popped on live that we weren't going to touch that one.
When is who? Somebody's supposed to be going live. Who's going live? Oh, apparently Mary's going live. Oh, I don't know. She was on Doug's channel just a little while ago. He was live. Okay, I had my Tennessee police officer call the judge on his case, and he was told Don will do rehab. Well, that's a good thing then.
But do we really think that rehab will help Don?
No, we don't think it's going to help Don, but it will keep.
So either
it will keep him off the streets just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yes, I also believe. Yes, I also believe her and Dawn will get back together. Those two are very toxic together, but it seems like they are the type where they have this love-hate relationship. Yeah, I agree with you, hon.
Yep, the toxicity is very real between the two of them. That's like gas meat flame.
In August sometime, I think, or no, October 30th, wasn't that what they said? October 30th was his release date.
I think August would be his 180 days in jail, and then October would be the end of rehab. Yeah, August, and then I don't know how they get 180 days in rehab from August to October, but okay.
I don't either.
Must be that new common format.
Yep, that's what it is, all right.
You know, Bug came over here with that crap the one night. Now, mind you, she's in second grade or just got out of second grade.
Right.
She came over here with that math the one night. And I was like, oh no, I instantly 5 minutes got a migraine because no, Grammy, you have to do it this way and you have to show your work this way. But wait a minute, honey, that's not how Grammy learned.
Right.
I'm gonna show you Grammy's way, and you figure out which way is easier for you.
You all were born right around the same time I was, so you went to school and learned pretty much what I learned. I've got a question to ask everybody, and I'm sorry it's off subject, but how many people in this chat, and there's 108 people that I'm seeing, how many people in this chat were raised, learned in, or taught in school that Christopher Columbus was a bad person? We'll just leave it at that. A bad person. Jen, were you?
That's not the way I was educated about it. No.
Not me either. But you know, it's taught today in school that he is a marauder and a rapist and a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
And that just blows me away. Charlie, what have you got going on here, son? Oh, alleged content. Okay, I couldn't read it for a minute. I was like, Charlie ain't typing in all that crazy crap, is he? You know, the stuff we have to kick out of the comments. Hello, Miss Christola.
Charlie said he wasn't told that either.
Christola, you're one of the youngest ones. You and Lisa, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, I think Lisa's one of the younger ones. Were you taught that Christopher Columbus was a bad person? Honey, I don't know why they're not being interrogated. I've been complaining about that from the get-go. It is what it is. Hello, glad to have you here, hon.
That would have been the very first thing I did as soon as I got him in there.
Have you seen the news article produced today about the PI and the searches? Yeah, that's what we were talking about a minute ago. But they're saying that Dawn and Candace has to pay them money. I mean, obviously they've been working for free all this time, supposedly, and now supposedly, allegedly, Dawn and Candace have to pay them something. So that means they are still working for Dawn and Candace. So does that mean they go to Dawn and Candace and give them whatever they find? Makes you wonder.
Well, we have a new person. Welcome. It is what it is.
So see, Christola wasn't taught that Christopher Columbus was a bad guy.
And see, she's a lot younger than we are, and she wasn't even taught that.
Right, but that's what they're being taught now.
Yep, remind me to ask Bug next time she's over and see what she's learning about that in school.
He was not, Christola. He was. He batted for both teams. We'll say it that way, but he was not.
Swing, bat, swing.
Yep. Good question. Is that why CW left the state? What do you mean? What question? Right, non-07. If you get married at any age, you can get divorced. But I think the point was that supposedly she wouldn't have been married at that age. She could have had a child, yes, but she wouldn't have been married at that age. But that's not true. In South Carolina, I don't know about now, but back when I was married the first time, in South Carolina, as long as a parent signed for them, a child of the age of 12 could get married. Yes, that's true, Zero. Glad to see you in here, sweetheart.
Karma said, I wasn't either, and I'm 36, but they are teaching kids the wrong history. Yes, they
Yes.
absolutely are. They're trying to change history.
Yep.
I swear when I told Bug, let Grammy show you how Grammy learned and you figure out how you want to do it, I felt like a certain person telling when he told his kid if he didn't know an answer to lie.
Right.
That's how I felt when I told Bug, you decide which way is easier for you.
Right.
Because you're not going to sit there and tell my granddaughter that she's doing her math wrong if she's coming up with the right answer, you know?
Christola, are you trying to tell me that the pyramids weren't built by aliens? Now, I do believe that. No, seriously, I do believe that.
Damn those little green men.
I believe in aliens. Hi, remain calm. Glad to see you here, hon.
Oh, she's not late. We haven't really discussed much of anything.
No, we've not. We probably won't have any one specific topic.
No, do we ever though?
We're bored.
If we try to stick to it, we still veer off that path.
Right, we do.
Yep, I believe in the little green men too, but I don't think the little green men had anything to do with the pyramids.
Well, then you explain how they got built. That nobody else can explain it.
The Egyptians, damn it.
But how did they move the stones? How did they did not use anything except stacked stones on top of one another. You can't even do that now with the darn heavy equipment and stuff they've tried that we have nowadays. They can't do it.
Well, don't ask me all the technical questions because I don't know the technical answers.
Hi, Shalima. Well, ramps. The stones were too big.
Thank you, Christola. They built ramps out of wood and moved them that way.
Okay. We're going to forget all the math and stuff that they had to know to get all that perfect, right?
Like I said, don't ask me the technical questions.
Off the back of some big fellas. That's how they done it.
There you go. Those are some really big fellas. That was like the sumo wrestlers of the Egyptians, right?
Nephilium. Am I saying that right, Grandma T? Nephilium. Giants. Yeah, I knew what they were. I just didn't know if I was pronouncing it correctly. The giants, like Goliath in the Bible. Yeah. They talk about the giants in the Bible quite a bit. Really? I've not heard that. But then again, that could have been what was causing her to go crazy, right? That also might have been why they were, why he batted for the other team. Because she was crazy.
Okay, Nana, are you good for a minute? Or do you have to take that call?
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, it's Christola, guys.
It's pronounced Nephilim.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said Nephilium.
Well, duh.
Close enough.
It's Nephilim. It's where the fallen angels bred with the women of the earth, and they created angel, human.
The fallen angels. The fallen angels.
Exactly.
we're with the men, our daughters of men.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that created the Nephilim.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna hang up now.
Okay.
that was bugging me, man.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, bye, baby. See, I've got really good mods. Oh, Lord. Act more like my kids. It's 2:20 a.m. here, guys, so I'm going off chat, but still listening. Okay, sweetheart, are you in the UK? I'm doing good. It is what it is. Been busy taking care of my 92-year-old dad. Oh, well, you ought to be proud of yourself, sweetheart. There's not a lot of people that'll do that nowadays. Hi, Miss Susan Cooper. Well, it is really, really nice to see you here too, babe. I believe they said Trish did not or was not messed with. In the end, they said she wasn't, but now they never said that Margie wasn't. Zero says, I believe Noah's flood wasn't the first time God destroyed civilization. It wasn't, was it? Wait a minute, no. Yeah, it was supposed to have been the first one. Okay. Let's jump back towards Dawn and Candace. That's a safer subject. We all pretty much agree on all of that.
Okay, Nana, I'm sorry. I had to get something to drink.
That's what I say, Lisa, is whoever pays the bill will be the one to get the information. But that's not technically, that's sort of true. But I could pay the bill, but as long as Dawn and Candace is the one that has the paperwork with them, they're still going to be the one that's going to get the information.
Yep.
You are in the UK. Well, you lay down and rest, sweetheart, and you just listen. We will know that you are here. Yes, Granny T. When Moses sent out spies into the promised land, they reported to Moses that there were men as tall as trees there. Absolutely. Why'd CW go silent all of a sudden? Probably because they were all put under, allegedly, speculatively, Allie, Hunter, Candace, every one of them were probably put under a gag order.
Okay, Nana, I'm going to bring something up since the whole Bible issue has already been brought up, and I told you I wasn't going to touch it as per what I was going to say.
Right.
I wanted to let everybody that is in this chat right now know that there is not one person who has more significant information over the other person that might come up on panel to talk to us. The only people that have more significant information than any of us would be law enforcement, and we are not privy to that information.
We were accused of that today, guys, so that we were saying one person had more information, better information than another. And we just wanted to make sure that is, nobody thinks that is the case.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
We all have the same amount of knowledge as far as this case goes, and that's pretty much nothing.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Karma, I don't know. I don't watch his channel. We're not going to say that name. It's a magical name, and things happen when you say it. So,
yeah, we don't bring that name up.
I don't watch his channel, so I don't know. Has she, like, in the last week or so, been on there? We got to get Crystal's fact in there.
Thank you, Cristola.
It is Latin Greek for giant. Latin or Greek for giant. Oh, biting the piss out of me. My screen was open. I had bad guys coming in here biting me.
Oh, you had little biters.
Yes,
I just
Dolly.
went to the kitchen and got my sweet tea, which I won't mention any names to go along with that. But I went and got my sweet tea, and I had a family of foo-foos out by my lilies.
Oh,
Oh, I
Dolly.
sent you the picture of the deer.
Yeah.
Now it's foo-foos.
Dolly said that Allie said she wasn't allowed to talk about summer anymore. See?
You want to hear a quick funny story about the deer?
What?
I think it was about 2, maybe 3 summers ago, across the street in the big field. We had Bug here for the weekend or whatever it was, and she looked over in the field, and there was probably 20 deer over there. And Bug looked at me, and she says, "Grammy, horsies."
Oh.
It's like, "Hey, honey, will you go ahead and you go try to ride those horsies?" So I had to let her go out on the front porch to look at all the horsies.
Yes, dedicate. We're talking about the oh Lord, there's no way to say Allie's ex. That we're talking about him because we have things that go boom, boom, boom on my chat every time his name is mentioned. So
Sunset, a foo-foo is a rabbit. You know the nursery rhyme, Little Bunny Foo-Foo? Foo-foo is a rabbit.
yes, Christola, thank you. Shit, I was even worried about saying that word. I don't want him to magically appear.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one either. I know nothing. I don't know initials. I don't know names. I know nothing. Oh, Dana K, that was not directed at you, honey, by any means.
No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Yeah, JDTC is allergic to that name too. Yes, he is. He's the one that taught me that magic. Yes, absolutely. Remember the little experiment we pulled that one day and it happened? Well, we don't want to take that chance no more. Now we can talk about Andy or Andrew Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all you want. Just not in reference to the other one. Well, we do know that 125 Ben Hill has been turned into an Airbnb. I know. Either that or Andy Bernard is taking in roommates, taking in boarders.
Oh, Dana said it. Sorry, you said those bringing up the Bible. No, I didn't. I just didn't want to touch the subject of the Bible because something that was left in Nana's comments, I wasn't going to approach that topic because I will be honest and say I have never sat down and read the Bible. So I am not going to sit myself and preach the Bible. I have no issues with anybody that does. No issues with religion, just myself personally, I won't bring it up. So you're fine. You're fine, honey.
Yeah, she wasn't raised in church, hon. But the person that was leaving the bad comment on the comment section today was throwing the Bible at me a lot. And Jen had said something about talking about it, and I was like, well, just be cautious of how you bring up God and the Bible and all that. And that's why she was saying that she wasn't planning on talking about it, but since it was already brought up.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. I don't ever want anybody in our chat to think that, I'm coming at them about anything like that. I was raised Catholic, but I was not raised in the church.
Allie has a gag order. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Now you tell me which one's right, okay? Allie has a gag order. Or Allie has a gag order? Which one's correct?
Yeah, is it a statement or a question?
Because we don't know. We would like to know. If you know, please tell us. Yes, Susan, that's what we all want, honey.
Yes.
I read it in Hebrew and Greek, but I've forgotten a lot. The
Yep.
Bible.
Dana says, well, if you know the Bible, you aren't supposed to do that sort of thing to people. I agree.
Right.
But I don't know it, so therefore I don't talk about it.
Oh, okay. So his dad said that his mom is under a gag order. Well, I believe that's a new piece of information that I've not heard.
I haven't
Thank
heard
you.
that one yet either. I'm surprised everybody isn't taking that and running with it.
Oh, 0. Wow. That's got
That
to be
would be
something to
very
see.
interesting.
I would just love to see it.
You and me both.
Not that I could read it or anything, but I would love to see it.
Remain Calm says, I have a hard time believing that she has a gag order. I think she just needed to zip it up for her own good. Oh, there you go. You got it on screen.
I don't know. They did go awful quiet.
Everybody went quiet lately.
Right.
It seems like lately there's only one person involved with this case and not involved with the family and involved with the case, but not in that party that has been nonstop still running his mouth.
Who?
I won't say his name either. I'll refer to him as my nickname for him, Skeezy.
Oh.
Because he is going nonstop.
Yes.
And I don't watch him either, so.
Yes, I was going to bring that up a while ago, Darlene, but I didn't think. I was thinking it did happen before the flood, but it didn't happen after the flood. Andy was on panel talking. I can't remember who, and Andy H said Allie is under the gag order. Okay. Well, if someone throws a Bible at you and it misses you, then God was looking out for you. Well, honey, it missed me. What it was she was saying that when she got on panel that God had told her to come to my channel and to profess all this information that she knew, and that none of us in this chat was willing to hear her or listen to what God was wanting her to say.
I think I was just more taken back by the simple fact that she knew that she had too much knowledge, that she shouldn't be going on a panel to talk about it because she knew too much.
Yeah, that was her comeback.
If you know too much, why are you not talking to law enforcement?
Okay, Terry M says they were all put on a gag order because everything they were getting on here and saying, people were just twisting it around and making a mockery of the case. Well, why didn't they take that gag order out about, 11 months ago?
Right? Like the first 2 weeks that everybody started jumping on YouTube and using it as a platform to talk about summer and make money off of it.
I believe you, Dana. I mean, I believe that they are under a gag order, but I'm just saying they should have been put under a gag order a year ago. Every one of them. And I definitely don't think that boy should have been talking to anybody except
I think that there are several
professionals.
sorry. I think there are several people right now that have recently as the past few days and over the entirety of the past year that have opened their big mouths and inserted their own big fat foot in it.
Jen.
You knew where I was going with that, but that's the only place I was taking that.
Okay.
So, well, no, let me say one more thing. Some people with really big heads Oops, did that slip?
Yeah, that slipped. That slipped. Can we stick that back in that sock you had it in to begin with?
Yeah. I'm done now.
Okay.
Maximilia, quit licking the couch. You're stupid. Don't tell me no.
So does anybody think that Candace will be at the vigil?
I don't.
Do you think Ronnie Lawson's going to let Don out of jail for the vigil? That's something ain't nobody thought nothing about.
If it was up to Lawson, I would probably say yeah. But if there's anybody else that, say FBI, anybody else that might be involved in this, maybe a higher up somewhere, I don't think that they will. Hi, Mr. D.
You can't say that. People that are locked up, they're inmates. They are let out for funerals and vigils and stuff.
I have heard of people being let out for funerals, but
Well, not let out, but taken to it is what I was meaning.
While they're in custody, somebody has to be there with them. But I don't think that will happen. I will be shocked if it does, to be honest. But at the same point in time, it really wouldn't surprise me because he seems to get a lot of special favors.
Well, he wouldn't have to go very far. All they're gonna have to do is bring him outside.
Right? They can stick him in the yard.
What I'm saying is the other two are gonna be in Hawkins County, Sullivan County. But the one at the jail is gonna be at the jail. You tell me he ain't gonna get special treatment and be brought out there. The only reason that he wouldn't be done that way would be because they would fear for his safety. But he's going to be right there at the jail. There are going to be plenty of people to protect him.
And like I said, they can let him out in the yard.
I agree 100%. He should never have been interviewed at all. Other than, not even by law enforcement. Child psychologist should have been the only person to interview him. And I've said that from the start, and I will remain to say that.
But wouldn't they wait to bring a child psychologist in for an interview until after law enforcement would have interviewed him?
No, they can't interview. Law enforcement cannot interview minor children.
Not without parental consent.
Not within in a case like this. They have to go in and see damn mosquitoes. They have to go in and see the child psychologist. They bring in a child psychologist to the department to speak with the kids.
They do. They definitely do it different here. We had a little 13-year-old not even a year ago that intentionally intentionally Cade a little boy that the mom left unattended with the 13-year-old for 5 minutes to run across the street, and they hauled him in instantly.
Right. Hang on one second. Remain calm. You said when CM asked H if Summer was asleep, when he got out of, he said he didn't notice yet. He was supposed to be sitting right beside her, just saying. I agree with that. But if you will remember, and yes, I know that his dad told him to lie about whatever. But if you'll notice in his interview with Chris M., he plainly states that, I don't know who she is, but he said that she told him that Summer, was asleep against the door. So answer that one for me. If he was sitting right next to her, why wouldn't he have known whether she was asleep or not? Why did somebody else have to tell him that she was asleep? Unless maybe he wasn't there.
I don't necessarily think there would be a riot. I think that they would definitely need some crowd control.
No, because if you think the people that are going to be at the jail have all been around Don, they've all questioned him, they've all talked to him, and has any one of them ever had one bad word to say to that man? They've never even said a cross word to him. Not one. Think about it.
True.
Actually, I don't know of anybody that has ever questioned that man that has ever had a cross word to say to him. Or to Candace, for that matter. Not one person. Not the law, not CPS, not YouTubers, not news media. Nobody. They have everyone kissed their butts. And I think that, personally, I think that's disgusting. And it's two-faced. Because behind their backs, they're sitting there saying, oh, they did this and they did that and they hurt that baby and they got rid of that baby. But yeah, when they're standing in front of them, they do everything but kiss their butt. They don't
Hey,
want
Donna,
no.
you got this for about 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure, I'm on a roll now.
That's fine, honey. I got to go get some ice. I just had a boo-boo.
Okay. I mean, am I telling a lie, guys? Nobody has ever said one cross word to these people. They've never even asked them anything that would even come close to being a bad question. Well, that's what I'm saying. How many YouTubers can you name that have said anything bad to him? Nobody. And the YouTubers that are going up there, they're not wanting to make a fool of themselves and go to jail. That's why a lot of them ain't even going, is because they're afraid they might go to jail because of Hawkins County and the way they are. They're not going to do anything to get out of hand. I agree, honey. It should be a prayer vigil for Summer to pray for her, to think about her, to share her name, her face, her story. I'm just saying, with Hawkins County being the way they are, more than likely they're going to let him come out there and join in.
Okay, lady, I'm back.
Okay.
I had a stupid moment.
Darlene says Hunter, Candace, and Grandus are the last ones to be with Summer on that day or the day before. Hunter had the answers. I will say it till Summer is found. Right.
Okay, so while you're sitting there getting bit by mosquitoes, I just put a cigarette out with my finger.
Which guy am I talking about? Don Wells? I'm assuming that was the last person I was talking about. My heart is saddened by the fact that that little girl went through so much. Yes.
You know what your sister inspired me to do?
What?
I started writing a poem for Summer. I haven't written poetry since my mom passed.
Awesome.
So 25 years I have not written, and I started writing a poem for Summer.
Right. They didn't need to. Don was telling on himself. They just let him flap his jaws. Well, whoever it was you're talking about, remain calm. They let him flap his jaws, but they didn't do nothing about it. And I understand that they were letting him flap his jaws and tell on himself and stuff. I'm just saying, if you were standing in front of him, would you be standing there having a cordial conversation with him? Or would you be saying, where is your daughter? What did you do? You'd be asking him the hard questions, wouldn't you? I know I would be.
Can I ask the hard questions while I'm swinging?
No. Good cop, bad cop. You can't ask hard questions while you're swinging. You won't get any answers.
But I'll get some satisfaction.
Darlene says they moved the stones with ropes, logs, and 1,000 men pulling them. The Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. The Jews and the Hebrews did. Correct. Yes, but I was just trying to prove that the aliens did. They were slaves to the Egyptians. Correct. Is Lady Hawk in here? Oh, that was your name in AOL. I did Yahoo chat rooms myself. I was a Yahoo person. See, Ellie knows what Candace did to the boys. Then why isn't she facing charges? Exactly. That's what we're all trying to figure out. You have to look. A few YouTubers actually were getting pretty close with Dawn, if you know what I mean. They might have been, but they still never asked the right questions. You don't even want to know what I'd do if I seen Dawn.
Sorry, Nana, I had to mute for a quick second.
Oh, you're fine. I mean, am I just talking out of my head here, guys? Or I honestly have not heard anybody ever ask him one difficult question, or Candace one difficult question. Create piles of sand and slide the stone on it. Or the aliens could have wiggled their fingers and mentally just moved the stones up there. I'm a conspiracy theorist, guys. And now the government's coming out stating that we have UFOs in the air. They let Dawn drive away from the court in an unregistered truck with no plates and no insurance and no license. And not to mention, when you get pulled over and took to jail in the state of Tennessee, if they take you to jail, they're going to tow your truck. So tell me how his truck was sitting outside the jail when he was released. And he went and just jumped in it.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that myself, as far as they just, he gets a DUI, he's got expired tags, no registration, no insurance, probably a suspended license at that time, and they just let him drive right out of there.
Right.
That truck should have been impounded and his license should have been pulled right out of his hand.
I may be wrong. So it's allegedly, but I honestly don't remember. I think they said his license weren't any good.
So an expired license, expired tags, no insurance, and they just let him drive right out of there. Now,
Well,
damn well, if that were you or I,
yeah, but
we'd have been pulled over before we made it out of that parking lot.
I believe if you'll look close at that video, he actually had the tags in his hand when he walked out, but he just stuck them in the truck and drove away. The license plate.
Right.
I believe he just stuck it in the truck and drove away, though.
Probably. It's probably still sitting up on Ben Hill with those tags not on it.
Why did Summer have a booster seat? Because in the state of Tennessee, you have to be, I think it's 85 pounds or 8 years old.
Yeah, that's what it is here. But I think ours is only, I think it's 75 or 80 pounds. But you have to be over a certain weight and be in until you're a certain weight, you have to be in a booster. And at this rate that Bug's going, she's 8 years old and 45 pounds. She's going to be in a booster until she's 25.
Right. Well, on Dr. Phil, Candace said she doesn't want to be interrogated again. So I have a feeling when they had a month jail, they were interrogated them, that they all were not very nice. I'm assuming, I didn't understand exactly what you were saying, Terry, but I'm assuming you're meaning when they took her down for the lie detector, and she says they roughed her up, putting her in the car. And if I'm correct, that was that night that the baby got gone that they took her down there for a lie detector test. So what does that tell you?
That tells me they didn't believe her at that point.
Right, and it was just the next morning that they put out the Amber Alert.
Right.
So they knew something, but why they haven't done anything about it is beyond me. Lisa Renee, what are you hollering no about? You're fine, honey. You go ahead and do what you got to do. I know you're in and out, and besides that, you've trained Charlie well.
Yeah, Cristola sent me all that stuff the other night, and I don't understand why I can't get it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I sent it all to you too.
Yeah, you sent it, Cristola sent it, and I want to say Charlie sent it. But I don't know what I'm doing wrong that I can't do it. So I'll just stick with my generic form of everything.
Exactly. He drove all around Tennessee, and they knew he didn't have no tags, no license, and no insurance. Wasn't that the night he gave her booze to calm her down? Because she said she freaked when they put her in the cop car. Yes, it was. And that's also why she says that she couldn't take the lie detector test, because they upset her so much when they were so rough with her, sticking her in the back of the cop car like she was a criminal.
Well, maybe if you weren't involved in criminal activity, you wouldn't be treated like a criminal. Why would they have what at the jail? Don's truck? Because
No.
Don has oh, did I miss something?
No, is that what you're talking about, Lisa? If it was the truck, I don't know. Tell me, because I know Candace didn't go get it and drive it down there for him.
Well, yeah, if she's talking about the truck being at the jail, well, then it was because Don was there for his court hearing, and they let him walk out of there after his court hearing until February 7th.
But he was in jail.
Well, he got put in there on February 7th.
Oh, yeah. No. We're talking about October 31st when he went to jail.
Oh, yeah, that was overnight. I don't know why the truck would have been at the jail at that point, because DUI usually is an instantaneous impound. At least here it is. They're not going to drive the truck to the jail for you and just leave it there so you can walk out, you know?
You really think Dr. Phil was harsh on them? Shoot.
Really? I think Dr. Phil sugar-coated everything.
And so did the behavioral panel.
Yeah, and used kid gloves on Candace. I mean, I have seen Dr. Phil be harsh with people.
Oh, yeah, a whole lot worse than that.
And I was disgusted disgusted when I watched that. Sorry, everybody, I'm losing my voice.
I'm still getting a bad feeling about the vigil. Yeah, well. Why was he afraid to grill Candace? Exactly. Dr. Phil was a joke.
Yes.
And so was the behavioral panel.
Oh, I left a nice nasty comment on the behavioral panel on when they put the video on YouTube. I left a nice little nasty comment on there. Because when something pisses me off, I have a very hard time shutting my mouth. And that pissed me off.
See, can you put bills to be paid on an Amazon gift list? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Can I try it and see if it works? Well, let me rephrase that. I know I can try it to see if it works, but should I try it to see if it works?
That's up to you, hon.
I guess that would mean I would have to create an Amazon account and make an Amazon wish list, right?
Yes, you probably would.
Oh, speaking of Amazon wish lists, I meant to say something to you on the phone, and I won't mention her name in here because we just don't do that. But there's two female creators that that I absolutely cannot stand. Right? Did you know that one of them has her own picture on her checks?
Okay. Well, then it'd be hard for anybody to steal them, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but talk about a big head.
Well, that was sort of my first thought, but then if you think about it, no, it would just be definitely hard for somebody else to try to pass themselves off.
Well, don't give her ideas, because then she'll use that as an excuse.
She don't watch my show, honey. Not no more. I know Candace has done some very bad things, but I still think she felt the pain of losing Summer the same as any mother. Zero, sweetheart, I know you've had a horrible, horrible past. And I know you just recently, lost your brother and stuff. But, darling, you give her way more credit than what she deserves.
I think Candace felt the pain of the guilty knowledge, guilty conscience, and the possibility of getting in trouble. I don't think that she felt pain for the loss of that baby at any time. Just my personal opinion. Everybody doesn't have to agree with me. Nobody has to agree with me, but that is my personal opinion. The only fear or sadness that I see from that woman is for her own self. And the only time I saw any real tears is when she was at the horse pond with Chris McDonough, and Chris McDonough brought up the boys. And it wasn't until then that she had shed a tear.
Everybody keeps talking about that. I never saw the first tear. I watched that same interview and I never saw the first tear. I'm sorry.
I can't say that I physically saw a tear because the camera wasn't, zoomed in on her face.
And then he cut the video. And he cut the video.
And he did say that she was crying at that point. But I heard it in the voice. I heard the voice crack. So that's pretty much the only way that I can say I feel like that's when she shed the only tear.
Versi, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. You're always sweet to me. Thank you.
All right, Nana, my typing finger is burnt at the minute, so I'm going to mention that we have 99 in live chat, and only on my end, I'm only showing 30 thumbs up. So if everybody could please remember to hit the thumbs up and click the bell for Nana so you get all the notifications, and make sure to sub and share.
It's showing 120 watching for me.
Okay, now mine just bounced up to 120 as soon as you said that. I told you you were a witchy woman.
Oh, I am not.
That
well, thank
voodoo
you,
that you do so well.
Thank you, Mimi Jean. Because he was in love, and if I'm not mistaken, the person he was in love with on live with someone that was listening to the lab called the police on Dawn. Actually, we heard recently that it was Grandus that called the law on Dawn when he left that night. I don't know if it's true or not. That's allegedly, but supposedly they were. Let me do some calculation here. Let's see. Dawn was on the phone with no thanks when he got stopped and was arrested.
And
Candace,
I think the lab was on with Doug at the same time. So that's where Josh from the lab would come into it.
I don't know, but anyways, then Candace was on FaceTime or texting Green Eyes when Dawn got arrested. And this person said that he spoke with somebody who was there when it happened. So if there was only Grandus, Candace, and Dawn there, he had to have been talking to Grandus when she called. So does anybody know how deputies are working for Hawkins County Police Department?
Charlie, is that supposed to be how many, or just in general how they're working there? With
well, you just ruined my smart aleck comment. They get in their car and they drive to work.
See, I didn't ruin your smart comment because I wasn't even going there. I was just.
I know you were actually being nice, being inquisitive. I'm just being a smart aleck tonight, guys. Y'all have to overlook it.
Well, you and I were both on a roll yesterday.
Oh, yeah. How many deputies?
How many?
I think there was supposed to be something like 47 of them working there, and they're 12 short.
Yeah, they're 12 short, so I don't know what the actual physical number would be now.
So you found it funny, huh, Charlie?
Clarifying, Charlie. We get jokes every once in a while.
Okay, I'm missing something here, but I forgot about that. I'd add it to my list for me. The refusal to state her age. Just saying. Candace just showed up with a baby one day. Body language and family pics. Who didn't state their age? Jody Sue? Jody Sue's like 36. Candace is 39. Was wait a minute. Do you think Candace through cornbread was a way of making fun of her like a hillbilly? No, I just think that they're ignorant. I think they thought that because it says the word mafia behind it, they thought they were being brilliant. And they didn't bother taking the time and doing the research and know that cornbread mafia was a marijuana growing thing and not having anything to do with trafficking kids. That's just my opinion. Jen, have you dropped off there?
No, I'm here, honey. I just had to mute for a second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. CM was on panel when Dawn got picked up. On panel with who? With Doug? No, 7. Are you really meaning that question? Do the deputy work? I don't know. I couldn't prove it by me. Every once in a while, I have to let something smart alecky slip out. Oh, yeah, right. Well, I've said that, and every time I bring that up, people smack it down. But the plain and simple fact is, when Jody Sue was talking about the first time anybody up there knew anything about Summer was when they came in with the truck that day. They couldn't make it up the driveway, and they got out to walk up the driveway, and everybody saw a car seat. Now, if Don went out and was sleeping around and got some teenage girl knocked up and couldn't keep the baby, he's always supposedly wanted a girl. Candace supposedly didn't want that girl. And she's obviously in all her posts wishing them happy birthdays and stuff. She's always made a difference between the boys and Summer. You know, makes you wonder. So he was on panel with Doug when Dawn went to jail. I probably did know it, but I didn't remember that. The 13th. Why would they be reliving the 13th? I thought that possibly that Summer might be Dawn's child by someone else. Possibly Summer was given to Dawn to care for while her bio mother went to prison or something. True. I was thinking a little bit more nefarious, that it was a teenage girl. Candace gave up 2 girls before Summer. How do you figure 2 girls? She only told us about one. And I know that Candace Flogan got took. True. You think it's possible? And then again, if you think about it, I think her name is April Mooney. You know, the girl that's holding Summer in front of the cornfield that has the tattoo of the skeleton eating the baby on her back. Yeah, think that one's possible? You think maybe she was a little bit younger back then? You got to admit, I mean, everybody swears up and down Summer looks like Candace, but I don't think so. I think she looks just like the April girl.
All right, Nana, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, you scared the pee out of me.
Sorry, had to deal with a personal issue. But everything's fine. I'm not going nowhere. I just didn't think everybody in chat wanted to hear the drama that was going on.
That's fine.
Next door. So
Summer had a twin. Who's saying that?
I've heard that rumor as well.
There's so many rumors out there, guys. I saw one video, I don't remember which one, that questioned whether it was a grandchild or a child he had with someone else.
I don't know about that one, but I have seen the speculation wondering if Summer was even Candace's child. I've seen that brought up a few times.
No, she didn't. Mimi, that baby that she gave up wasn't in the 80s. It was after Andrew and Candace were born.
Oh yeah, definitely wouldn't have been in the 80s because Candace was born in what, 86?
No, she was born in
83.
83.
Yeah. So she couldn't have given a baby up in the 80s. There's no way. I mean, stranger things have happened, but
when Don got stopped by DUI and charged, he was on the phone with Doug, we know.
I was mistaken. I thought that Doug was on with the lab, but I guess when I had
He
him
was
every muted, he was actually on with Chris.
right.
I did see that. I wasn't ignoring chat. Like I said, I just had to deal with something on my end.
Okay, so Allie supposedly had twins. I don't know, folks. Hello, Pixie Gnome.
That's a new name. Welcome.
She looks like Robin to you.
No, you know who I think Summer looks like? That picture that I had sent you the one day and asked who the hell that was?
That was holding her.
Yeah,
You just missed that whole conversation.
I probably did. Like I said, I had something that I couldn't wait, until after we were done. I had to deal with that. I
That's fine.
apologize.
You ain't got to apologize. That girl's name, to the best of my knowledge, and this is just allegedly, I don't know for a fact, but I'm almost positive her name is April Mooney. She grew up with Candace and Rose and Jenny or Janine or whatever her other sister's name is.
Well, yeah, you did tell me that when we were talking the one day, but I mean, even though knowing that, I still think that's who Summer looks like. A lot. Looks like her a whole lot.
Looks like who?
That April.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She looks a lot like her.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I did miss the conversation. I was listening, but I was also listening to things on my end.
The FBI should have collected DNA on Dawn, Candace, and an object of Summers. Honey, from what we hear, they couldn't find nothing that belonged to that baby. Evidently not even a pair of her undies or a hair bow or anything that belonged specifically to her.
I find it odd that wasn't it right after Summer got gone that Candace started getting rid of her stuff?
Yeah.
They did that in the Harley Dilly case here too. Like the day after Harley was reported as a runaway, Mom started packing up his room and getting rid of everything.
Right.
That just screams shady to me.
Right. Well, I was going to show you a picture of that woman that we're talking about, but I can't find it.
I don't have it on my phone anymore either. I think
Well,
I saved it just to show you and see what your take on it was. I think I got rid of it after that.
Well, no, I have it on my computer. It's just I need to actually go through and
No, come on, lady. You mean you don't have that accessible at the drop of a pin?
Well, no, I've got all these files and folders, but I don't have all my stuff separated into them. They're jumbled.
You're slacking.
They're all jumbled together. I just throw pictures in different folders. I try to keep them straight. I try to label them.
Hey, but on a positive note, aside from this, I think the neighbor issue is now handled.
That's awesome. I've had so many theories, and one of them is FLDS related, and I wonder if FLDS was punishing Dawn for leaving the church because they love separating families. FLDS.
I was just gonna say, am I so far out there? I do not know what FLDS is.
Well, if you leave off the F, it would be the LDS.
Right.
But they didn't go to LDS church. They went to a SDA.
Yeah. So I don't know what the F is. I knew what the LDS, but not the F.
As far as I could see, of course, you can't always see everything, but as far as I could see, she didn't have anything even pink in that house.
No. Seems like the only thing that baby girl had was that swing. No wonder why she loved it so much.
No, there was a few things hanging, Charlie, they were hanging by where the bathroom was at. A few
Very,
pink
very
things.
few things.
See, Jen Sparky, I'm sure I'm not the first one to think this. If DW really gets charged and goes to prison in Utah, gets actual time, like years, Candace wouldn't be facing much. Then she might open up opinions.
You're giving her a lot of credit because I don't think she's ever going to open her mouth. I figured with Don being gone for as long as he has already, that if she was going to talk, she would have already done it.
Evidently, Mormons are FLDS.
Okay. My daughter-in-law is Mormon, was raised Mormon, so I mean, she's, she's not in the church and not active with church or anything either, so because I had originally thought that her family was SDA, and she very quickly corrected me and said, no, we're LDS.
Well, we understand what the LDS, and we know he grew up
Yeah.
LDS. We're trying to figure out what the F stands for, folks. What does the F stand for in front of LDS? Hello, Canella.
Welcome.
We're just talking Dawn and Candace and just
We're
pretty much
basically just
anything.
talking, right?
Yeah, just talking. Jump in. No, he was LDS, FLDS before SDA. Dawn's parents raised him in LDS and FLDS. So, with his family possibly still in the religion, maybe they took her. Fundamental. Thank you, Dana. That's what I was trying to find out.
Get out of there.
Thank you, guys. We were trying to figure out what the F was standing for.
I didn't know if I was just plain stupid or if anybody else was confused on that. So I'm happy I wasn't the only one that couldn't figure that out.
Well, if I had to pick a religion, I'd say Baptist, but I'm actually just Protestant. But I have no clue about these religions because I didn't grow up around all that crap. Good old Southern Baptist and Baptist down here where we're at. Okay.
Jackson Teller, get out of there. Thank you. That's what I thought. Take your ass to bed.
Stop yelling at that baby.
Hey, my baby is being a brat and running through the house screeching because there's a female cat outside.
Now there's my opinion. Mimi, we agree.
Yes, I can agree with that.
Whether it's ADS or DSL or
LSD.
CMI or
LSD.
It's all the same. And no offense meant to anybody that goes to any of those churches.
You have to just transpose those letters and you have LSD, which I'm sure Donna's very familiar with.
I'm sure. Okay, guys, give us something else to talk about here. Oh, here's something. I would like to know how Dawn's mom ended up in Rogersville with the goat guy because she was from Utah. No, technically she was from Florida.
Right.
Technically.
And look at that. I told him to take his ass to bed, and guess where he went? Straight to bed. Yep.
Yes, who gets rid of belongings, talks in past tense, and puts a marker for a memorial for a child that's only missing?
I just want to know, your child goes missing from Tennessee. Why are you putting a marker for her in Utah?
Why did you name that child Utah?
I was just, that was my next
Oh,
statement is I feel like the two middle names are, I don't have an issue with that, but I feel like Utah has something, there's something behind it. There's some sort of meaning behind it aside from, where Don was raised or whatever. There's something more to that.
oh, well, I've got a great conspiracy theory I would love to throw out, but I'm sure somebody would run with it tomorrow and try to say it was factual.
Well, you
I'm going to
can tell
say it
me later.
anyways.
I was
I'm
going to
going to
say,
say it
tell me on the
anyways.
phone.
You have to wonder if maybe there wasn't maybe another victim of Don's in a younger years back, that maybe up there somewhere next to where he put that marker. And maybe that's what the connection with Utah and why he named his daughter Utah. And
Your theory, conspiracy theory, isn't so far out there because I've thought the same damn thing.
I mean,
Told you we were separated at birth.
yep. See, do you think that Don could have taken Summer without Candace's knowledge because he wanted to move to Utah and she didn't? But why would he leave the boys? And that would make sense, but then he didn't go anywhere.
And then where's Summer now? If that would be the case, where would she be now?
Well, she could be with one of his family members in Utah. She could be with Pam in Utah. She could be with one of her siblings that both live in Utah.
Is it not odd to you that his ex-wife still owns property on Ben Hill?
No, it's not odd to me. I'm an ex-wife. No, I wouldn't give it back either.
But that wasn't Don's property though, right? That was hers.
Whose? No, that was obviously, I don't know how she wound up with a piece of that property. I'm assuming when they got divorced in
Divorce settlement?
2015. Yeah, when they got divorced in 2015, perhaps that's when she supposedly got the piece of property.
Well, hell, I wouldn't give it back either.
This has been the hardest placement of foster kids I've ever had. No real notice, and I'm trying to get everything they need. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. How many are you getting in? Well, Don was telling the woman after Summer went missing that they could come with their children and live on the hill. That's true. He did. I remember that. The only thing he said to me when I spoke with him was he said that he was Summer's father, the missing child from Rogersville. And then he started about the SDA, the booklets, the church, and that how dangerous it is for kids nowadays. That's all the man said to me. Of course, it was an accident that I called him. Well, I didn't call him. I texted him, and he called me back. And we discussed my brother, who had just had open heart surgery.
Cold Case Crystal said 3, and the youngest gets out of NICU on Monday.
Oh, wow.
Honey, bless your heart. You are going to have your hands full, but you are doing an amazing thing. My son was a NICU baby.
One of mine spent a few hours in NICU when they were born. Good night, Lisa Renee. You have a wonderful night, sweetheart. Thank
Good night,
you for
honey.
joining us. Oh, says I usually take teens, so this is going to be a new adventure for me. Bless your heart, honey.
Your hands full.
When I found the Utah property that Don owned with his wife, Pam, both their names are still on the deed. Made me wonder if they were legally divorced. I don't know, but from what I can understand, they got divorced here in Tennessee, did they not?
Isn't she also several years older than him?
Yes, she is. And supposedly, allegedly, she's living in a camper behind her son's house.
I wonder why she's not living on that property on Ben Hill.
Oh, I don't know, but I can tell you something else that I don't know how true it is, but from one of those background check things the other day, supposedly Sonia and her husband Court live in Rogersville. Did anybody know that?
I didn't know that.
Yep. And
Now, isn't Sonia off on vacation in Spain or Paris or something?
Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it was somewhere fancy.
Well, on this thing it says Pamela lives in Louisville, Texas. And the son lives in Draper, Utah. The daughter lives in Logan, Utah. And Patricia Wells, whoever she is, lives in Richmond, Utah. That's the
Yeah, I'm
one I
sorry.
don't
I'm
trust.
sorry. I'm slacking in chat for all the other mods. I apologize, but like I said, my one typing finger is injured right now.
Well, you have to wonder if Candace and Don were actually married. Yes, I know we saw the marriage license, but come on.
Anybody could print that up.
Did anybody bother checking the person that's in that town that signed that paper? Because it seems awful weird that people would just mail those out. You're not allowed to do that. And
Hey, Marianne.
some clerk supposedly just made copies of that and started mailing them out to YouTubers.
Well, you know, everybody's always screaming, show me the receipts, show me the receipts. Anybody can print a piece of paper up like that.
Right.
And make it look pretty official, you know?
Hello, Marianne. How are you tonight, sweetie? Long time no see.
How are you feeling, Marianne?
Guys, that would, if she really wants to drop off the map, joining the fair or the carnival is the smartest way to do it. But I'm
Probably.
telling y'all, that is not the most horrible place that everybody tries to make it out to be. They are some of the richest people you would ever want to meet that are out there, that own those places, that own those businesses. And I'm telling you, they live like kings.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nana, I'm leaving you for a minute.
Okay. You're going back to the ENT on Monday? Charlie K, I would bet so too. Just a theory. Maybe DW figured out how H and CW and was waiting at home for them, and some type of accident happened and he's traumatized by it. Dawn and Pam have an active restraining order. I wonder why that is. If they make contact, they both go to jail, right? Oh, awesome, Marianne. Can you hear my frogs? Well, honey, I offered so many times for us to go up there and have a party on Ben Hill, and I would supply the moonshine because everybody kept saying the more drunker she got, the more she slipped up. So I figure if we fed her enough moonshine, she'd be telling us that all. She'd tell us everything. So Dawn took off when? Right after Summer went missing? I can't even remember anymore. Like Grandus took off when? Because I have been watching since 2 weeks after the beginning. First time I heard. I've been watching since probably 4 or 5 days in.
All right, Nana, I'm so sorry. I had to go get some burn gel.
You're fine. The restraining orders, okay, because restraining orders don't expire unless both parties attend court to do so. I don't think that's true in Tennessee. In Tennessee, I think it's after a year. If you don't go back to court or make any more complaints, then they drop them.
That's how they do it here too.
I think it's the order of protection that you're thinking of, hon.
Yep, they do it here too. Like when they first take out a restraining order, they'll give you, X amount of months, X amount of days, but you have to continue going in and filing to keep that on there.
I just wonder what it was over. She was passing out before saying anything important and would just have to hear her Charlie Brown teacher voice. Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, Grandis took off. It was like a week or so after Summer went missing, but she wasn't scheduled to leave for like a month.
But conveniently enough, took off early.
Yes, please, Miss Marshall, if you can, try to find out if it was in Tennessee or if it was in Utah. Don left after they supposedly told him that. No, that was when he went to Knoxville and supposedly bought the stuff and handed it out. But he took off and left, and he was gone for 3 days. He said he went to Mexico. Sweetheart, you go get some rest, okay? Thank you for being here. Have a good night.
Good night, Crystal.
Oh, well, sweetheart, I didn't mean you had to do it right this second. I was just saying when you grabbed a minute or something. Okay, here it's 2 years. If the person you file against files one on you, it's automatic court. Charlie Brown teacher voice. Wah, 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 wah. I'm still waiting for Candace's explanation of what she meant by when she made the greatest sacrifice any mother could make for Summer. I don't remember her saying that. Where did she say that?
I don't remember that either. If you could point me in the right direction of that statement.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because I feel like I would remember if I had heard that. I'm not saying that she wasn't right, but
Don was born in Florida, Charlie. Candace was born in Texas. Don was born in Florida. It took me a minute, 907. I don't think as drunk and stoned those two got and didn't spill tea. It took me a minute to figure that one out. Hey, Running Buck, how are you?
Hey, Strange.
Go ahead. Jen.
No, I was just saying, hate a running book.
Oh, okay. Nana, what do you make of the uppers making a search now with 4 days left on the reward fund? Wow, so you think they're the uppers? That would make sense. I didn't realize the idea it would be 4 days till it's up.
Yep.
But
I feel like that will probably get extended, honestly.
Trevor Lee says he swears up now it's going to be going to the Children Advocacy Fund. It's not going to Hawkins County or anybody in Hawkins County. And he's the one that's the overseer of the reward fund, so he has say-so over it. I don't remember her saying that either, but what I do remember her saying when she was at the watering hole with CM, she used the word smother, and I didn't like it. Jen knows what.
Yeah, Jen knows what. What am I missing? What did I miss?
It is sad they're doing searches just to get the money. And you're right. That probably is what it is. Yeah, CNC investigations or whatever it is. Oh, she was live with Ernie Shell when she said it.
Oh, that's yet another channel that I don't watch.
I know, Jen.
Yeah. I did know. Nana knows.
I hit the post button before I could tell anything they know. Those two have been pretty drunk and stoned. I agree.
I don't think I can ever, aside from the watering hole with Chris McDonough, I don't think Candace has not ever had a sober moment while she was on live with anybody or even on her own channel.
Okay, hang on a second. Remain calm. Let me find this and I'll read it to you. He is on my messenger, my friends list. Okay, actually he's live right now. But I said okay, says Trevor, weren't you the first person to donate to Summer's Reward Fund? We are going to try to get a hold put on it so it isn't being given to Hawkins County Sheriff's Department and others. He says, yes, I was, but I don't believe it will be given to the Sheriff's Department. And I told him, I said, well, we are hoping it, if it can't be held over for Summer's case, may be given to other children that are missing and don't have a reward fund or something good with it to help missing children. He said, as of right now, it's slated to go to the Children's Advocacy Center if and when the reward expires. I said, okay, well, good to know that. Thank you. Sorry for bothering you. And then I said, is the part you gave what is going to the Children's Advocacy Center, or will it be the whole reward? He said, it will be the entire reward. I said, okay, thank you so much. So it will be the entire reward that will be given to them.
Now, what do you think, Nana? Do you think they will hold that reward over for another year or any amount of time? Or do you think it's just going to go after this because they haven't found her yet? Or do you think that's why they're trying so hard now to find her?
I'd say they're probably trying really hard now to find her so that it isn't given to the advocacy center. No. Do I think they're going to hold it over? No, I don't. I think they're wanting to try to close this case down as quickly as they possibly can to get the heat off of them.
Well, they should have been worried about that a year ago.
No, I don't. I agree with you 100%, discovering the truth. No, I don't think he's noticed it, nor if he has, he don't care.
I don't think that Chris McDonough would speak poorly about another
Thank
person in
you.
law enforcement.
Thank you for saying that out loud. I was trying not to say that out loud.
Hey, I have my YouTube name for a reason.
You're still on my channel.
That
You know,
is
there's a button that you can push, and it tells you if your channel has been mentioned on any other channel. If your name has been mentioned on any other channel. And it takes you straight to them.
But I did not state that as a fact. I stated that as a personal opinion that I think. I don't think.
Right. Anyways, I'm just.
You can yell at me for it later.
That's what I said. Anyways, I'm not going to yell at you. Everybody has their own opinions. I was just meaning because of what I was just saying. I was trying to keep it, low key. Trying to keep our channel up and going, Jen. CM knows more than he is saying also. Do they really think they will not have the heat on them without the reward? No, what I was meaning was that if they can go ahead and get the reward out of the way, get it put away, sent away, whatever, just one little piece of the puzzle at a time, if they can just put it away, put it in a drawer somewhere, get rid of it, that slowly, the case will calm down, or so they think. I mean, come on, guys. That remember that one woman, not Leslie Earhart, but that other woman that works for TBI. She's a special agent. She said on July the 13th that the public should not be surprised because this case was not going to get that much media attention. That was less than a month after Summer went missing. TBI was already saying that it wasn't going to have much attention from the media. Now, did they know that or did they hope that? Jen? Jen? No, I was just going to say, Jen, if I snapped a minute ago, I did not mean to. I'm sorry. I was in the wrong. Please don't be mad at me.
No, you're fine, honey. I was responding to Marianne in chat. She asked a question, and I told her I said something I probably shouldn't have said, so because it is Nana's channel, I won't repeat it. So I wasn't ignoring you. I was just responding to Marianne.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Like I said, don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. Like I said, you can yell at me later.
I'm not going to yell at you later. I just don't want the drama. You know that. And I figure if I run my mouth, it wasn't what you said was wrong. It's what I was saying was wrong. I just didn't want his name attached to what I'd said. It's what I was meaning. Wayland's Mimi. Okay, I get it now. Oh, I have missed y'all, Nana. Jen, mods. I thought that this name sounded familiar.
Yeah, that's Ashley. I had to think for a minute.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Positive.
Yes, I know who you are. Well, Jen knew who you was. I just recognized the name. I knew I should have known the name. Hi, Ashley. Glad to see you here.
When we see Wayland's anything, we automatically think it's something else or someone else.
Yes, Waylon Jennings.
Right?
Waylon Jennings and Wyatt Earp and what's the Clint Eastwood name? The Clint Eastwood Josie come on, Charlie, give it to me.
Somebody.
Josie Wells.
Hey.
What? Josie Wales.
Okay.
Wales. Isn't that the right name, Charlie? It's a Clint Eastwood movie.
I wouldn't know, Nana.
I'm waiting for confirmation here from somebody.
Flies on the coleslaw, Clint Eastwood character.
Right, well, that's what I meant. But I'm saying it correctly, right? The name is Josie Wales, right? Yes, okay, thank you. Yes. I thought I had my westerns right. But that's what I'm saying. And so the name Summer is sort of like out there because that's all Western people or characters. Josie Wales, Wyatt Earp, and Waylon Jennings.
Right.
So where'd Summer come from?
Well, Candace had the whole story that, she let Don decide that name.
Okay. The outlaw Josie Wales. That's what I was missing. I knew I was missing part of it. Yes, he did. Have you seen his son? Oh, jeez. Looks just like his daddy. Except
Yes,
the
he
younger
does.
version.
Personally, I don't find either attractive, but
What?
nope, never did.
She could, yes, she could have. They could have went with that.
Cute. That actually would have been very cute.
You're fine, sweetheart. You can wait. Okay, I'm looking in the Utah database. Is that where his kids were born with Pam? I'm assuming it is because if you remember, Mary was talking about adopting, if you want to call it that, adopting Margie when she was little. And Margie is, I mean, and Mary has always lived in Utah. And who was it that showed us the street? Do y'all remember seeing it? Oh, Lord, I've got to find that. The video clip, somebody took us downtown and showed us the very corner where Don sold his little boy. Did you see that, Jen?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, somebody went downtown and videotaped that street and stuff and showed us the very spot supposedly that where that took place. What club? Because there used to be a club there, and he did it outside the club.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. Does anybody else remember seeing that, or was I just having nightmares? I've not had any dreams about this case. Believe it or not, I've not. Of no kind.
I've had several.
Well, I must be having nightmares or something that I'm not remembering. I thought you said who showed us the steak. In my opinion, I was going to say Ray Stevens. Who showed us the steak?
Street.
Oh, no, street. Yeah, street. The road. Anybody that doesn't have to pay a water bill, mortgage, only electric bill could live the way C and D did. Just makes me sick. House looking like pigsty, children looking like orphans. Honey, when I was on John Davis's panel the other day and Cam came up and we were disagreeing about that, let me tell you something. $12 may not be a whole lot of money. First of all, a drywaller gets paid average pay. This is across the board in the United States. $24 an hour. As some places it's more, some places it's less. But across the board, it's $24 an hour. Tennessee always pays less than the rest of the United States for some reason. So let's cut that in half. That makes it $12 an hour. At $12 an hour, working as many hours as Don worked,
as he claimed that he worked.
Or as he claimed that he worked, but if he worked 40 hours a week, I mean, I did the math on all this shit. Let me tell you something. You didn't have to pay no rent. The only thing they had to pay was light bill and the internet bill and possibly the insurance. Because if I remember right, somebody in the chat had said no, the car was paid for, so they didn't have to make car payments. There's no way that they had to live the way they were living because they didn't have enough money.
Do you know who did a really good breakdown on the way or how much Don would technically be making?
Who?
Cold Cases with Colette did a breakdown a while ago on the average of what drywallers would make.
Yeah.
And I forget how she had averaged it up, but she did a very good breakdown on that.
Well, breakdown or not, I mean, and that's fine, but and I'm not discrediting her at all, not one bit. I love Colette. But she lives over the pond, as people say. I'm talking as living here in East Tennessee. I know the prices. I know how much the rent and stuff is. I know how much the groceries are in the grocery stores and how much the rent and stuff usually runs and the land taxes. I'm telling y'all, making $12 an hour, and I don't care what anybody says about them kids and what clothes they wore. Trust me, Candace and Dawn were not running out buying them kids new clothes every damn day. They didn't run out and buy them game systems and all that shit every day. They weren't playing football or sports. They weren't, going on trips all the time. Those people had enough money. They could have fixed that house up. They could have had a decent place for those kids to live. They could have at least bought mattresses for those dang bunk beds that they made. They could have bought air mattresses for that baby instead of making her sleep on that nasty mattress what time she wasn't sleeping under Dawn.
Oh, no, I wasn't discounting what you said. I was just letting everybody know that she did a good breakdown of that, and she did use U.S. prices and not over the pond prices.
Right, I know. And I wasn't meaning it towards you. I was just on another damn rant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're snippy tonight, lady.
Well, I didn't mean to be snippy at you. I was just thinking of my conversation with Cam the other day.
I'm teasing you.
And because I wasn't on my own panel, I didn't feel, I was trying to be as nice as I could possibly be because I was on somebody else's panel. And I wasn't free to say what I wanted to say.
No, I was just teasing you, though, about being snippy.
Oh, I know I am. I don't mean to be.
I'm used to you being snippy.
Well, you know the reason behind my snippiness.
I do. So therefore, you're forgiven.
Thank you, my friend. Don't know
Good
what I
night.
would do without you.
Told you always got me.
Who are we saying goodnight to?
Darlene Slade.
Well, good night, Darlene. Last year, people with 4 kids got child credit of estimated $3,000, right? Didn't Dudley say Dawn made $1 to every $2,000 a week? Well, $1 to $2,000 a week. Yes, he did. He did. And actually, when I was saying $12 an hour, Don was a so-called subcontractor. So he was getting paid per job.
Right.
So he was getting way more than $12 an hour. I was trying to be generous or whatever you want to call it. That pisses me off too, hon. Sorry, Sunset. You have a great night, sweetie.
Dana Kay is leaving us too.
Wow, everybody's leaving.
It is 11 o'clock. It's coming up on that time.
Yep, it is.
And we love you too, Charlie.
I think I do. Might not watch that creator enough, but I will try to check. It sounds like a certain creator style. I'll come back. Huh? Did I miss something?
I think we both did.
I don't know.
I'm looking.
Well, I was too, but I didn't see nothing. It's 9 p.m. where you're at, Mimi. They smell your feet. I know I missed something now.
Oh, I'm really missing something now. Oh, because everybody's leaving. She said they smelled her feet. She made a cute comment the other day that somebody removed for one of the words in it, which I understood. So I had to come back and laugh at her because I was talking about how Maxie had eaten the fly and she missed the fly that had still been buzzing around.
Yeah.
And
Ashley, grab it. Sorry, hon.
Flies on Coleslaw had said that it was just her, that she was coming back to check on her sibling that Maxie Cade.
Alrighty. Did you hear me, Ashley? I said grab it, hon. Somebody was talking about the profiler channel. Remain calm. Are you going to? Good night, lady. You have a good night's rest, okay? Sweet dreams.
And Flies on Coleslaw said it was her twin fly sister.
Oh, okay. Is it you? I hope it's you. Ashley. Ashley.
Okay, I think it was her. Now she's leaving us.
You don't have to be rich to be clean. Have the basics for the kids. There are places you can go for help. I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
Ashley, are you there?
Didn't you and I just have the conversation yesterday about cleanliness and my OCD obsession?
Mm-hmm. Hello. You there?
I think she might be having mic issues.
Oh, shoot. Okay, guys. Well, when Ashley gets up here, I promise y'all she exists. Girl, I mowed grass today and went bowling. My old butt is tired. Oh, well. You get your old butt in the bed and get some rest. Hey, did you ever figure anything out about your daughter or what you're going to do? Are you still babysitting?
I think I'm going to give it about 5 more minutes, Nana, and then I'm probably going to have to drop out too.
Okay, well, I can't go nowhere until we figure out what is going on with Ashley. She's sort of
Oh,
stuck.
fine. Like
Good
I
night.
said, I'll do it with you. And
Okay.
even if you're still on, I'll still be in chat, but I got to get my old butt to bed. My meds are kicking my butt.
Okay. Pixie Gnome, good night, ladies. God bless. Thank you for keeping this beautiful baby's name out there. Well, you're welcome, sweetheart. Okay, yes, I will email you in. Okay, thank you, baby. I'll talk to you in the AM then. Thank you, Charlie. I wonder what's going on with Ashley. Why she's not working. I didn't do it that time.
Wasn't me. I can't do that.
Unless you got a disabled, destructive child like mine that tears the house up as unclean it. LOL, my house is always messy, but my son's autistic and hormonal teenager that loves shredding paper. I had one of those one time. Ashley, I'm putting the link back out, hun, if you're wanting to take it. She asked me for the link earlier, and I was, as you clean, not unclean. I think we understood what you meant, babe. Okay, give it a second. It says device is not connected. Come on, there we go.
Maybe.
Are we there now?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
She is.
Oh, turn your volume down a little bit, baby.
Can you hear me?
Very loudly.
Nana, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Nana. Okay.
We hear her, but she doesn't hear us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
You hear us?
What is
Yes.
going on?
Is Ashley okay? I don't know if she's okay or not.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, can you hear me?
Answer her, Jen. See if she can hear you.
We can hear you, Ashley. Can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear y'all. I'm sorry, ladies. I don't know what was going on. I could hear y'all, but you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry.
Yes, we could.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're good. We could hear you. Well, not in the beginning we couldn't, I guess. Uh-oh, I think she's gone again.
Uh-oh.
Looks like a firefly on your screen. I think she muted herself again.
Now she left again.
Yep. She always shows up late. Houston, we got a problem. Okay, what is pickling on you? Spell check. Spell check. Check's always picking on me. Oh. I don't know where she's at or what's going on with her. Oh.
I don't know, Nana, but I think I'm going to have to drop off before I
sweetheart.
literally drop off. So
All
I
right.
will talk to you probably not tonight because I am heading straight to bed after I re-ice my finger. So
Right.
I will catch up with you in the morning. But for however much longer you're on, I will be in chat.
Okay, sweetheart.
All right, honey. Love you.
Love you. I'll talk to you in the morning then, okay?
Okay, honey. Good night, everyone.
You have to wake Keith up early.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, I mean,
Come on,
because
if I'm not falling asleep until 4, God only knows what time he's going down.
I'm just saying because we have to wait till he wakes up before we can talk. So you need to wake him up early.
If I have to, like I said, I'll just talk on the phone the old-fashioned way without speakerphone.
Oh, I ain't gonna make you do that.
But either way, yes, I will talk to you in the morning.
All right. Good night,
All right.
sweetheart.
Good night.
Okay. Now, Ashley, would you like to try it one more time? I'm putting it in chat. Charlie, would you like to try to come up? There we go. Maybe it works this time. Did y'all watch Cracking Cases about all the LE that's been uploading bad things in Hawkins County. No, I did not. When was it on? Was that today? Discovering the Truth, was that on today? Oh, yesterday? What have you sent me, Marianne? Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Marianne. Ashley, can you hear me yet? Either yesterday or the day before. I've been sick, so can't remember exactly, but it was interesting. I'll bet you it was. Do you remember exactly what was said? Or I'm not exactly, but you know what I mean. That the LE has been downloading and uploading bad things. Oh, okay. Oh, I get what you're saying now. No, I did not. We're definitely going to have to go check that out. I did invite Cam over. I don't know if he'll ever take me up on it. Ashley, are we here? Hello, Robin's Egg. The title is Charged LE. Federally Charged LE. Huh. Monday is the day I'm using it as my light at the moment to plant flowers and listen. Oh, awesome. On one was sitting in Jody Sue and Andy's parents' driveway while uploading and downloading. Oh, wow. You're talking about like Sharfie Jr. uploading and downloading? Sorry. Did you fix it, Ashley? Are you talking about like Sharfie Jr. uploading and downloading stuff? That kind of stuff is what I mean. Because that would be very interesting if that's the kind of stuff that they've been uploading and downloading. Haas, yeah. I heard him talking about him the other day. Hi, Ashley. We're going to try it again. Still nothing, sweetheart.
I don't know why.
I can hear you now.
What? Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes. Can you hear me?
But I can't hear you out of my earbud. I'm hearing you out of the TV.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah. I'm just bumfuzzled by that. I can't believe that. Did you see that where they're talking about the Hawkins County, former Hawkins County Sheriff's Department employees uploading like Sharfie Jr. stuff? She's gone again, folks.
I seen something about the former Hawkins County Sheriff, or something or another.
Was it the deputies or was it the actual ex-sheriff? Because the ex-sheriff supposedly pew-pewed himself.
I believe what I saw was said former Hawkins County Sheriff.
Yeah, I've got an email. Charlie, can you drop my email, hon?
I can go and look.
Well, I mean, they're looking, but well, they were saying the guy's name was Richard Hockner or Honecker. Um,
Oh, cracking cases that Richard Honecker they covered.
yeah, but that's not the sheriff, is it?
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
remember his
Marianne.
name because my sister-in-law, her last name is Honecker.
But that's not the ex-sheriff, is it? You know, the sheriff that was in office like 12 years ago.
Is that what they're saying?
That's what I was asking. Is it the ex-sheriff or is it an ex-sheriff's deputy? Because the ex-sheriff is no longer alive. He is, not alive no more. He's a former deputy. Okay, thank you. I'm just saying the former
I
sheriff.
didn't see that. I'm gonna look. I think we're having a delay here. It's like I'm cutting you off, Nana.
It's okay.
And I really ain't, I promise.
No, I know you're not. But we're hearing your echo in the TV. The reason I was asking, guys, or trying to clarify, like I was trying to say, is the ex-sheriff is supposedly, allegedly pew-pewed himself at like halfway through the term. And I'm just saying, if that's, was true that it was him, way back when, if he was guilty of that, maybe that's why he pew-pewed himself. But if it's here recently, then obviously it couldn't be him. But it's former deputies. Okay. There's two he was talking about. Not sure of their titles. Okay. Whoever was needing my email, Marianne dropped it a few minutes ago, and then Charlie just dropped it now. I didn't know there was a Team Jen. What are we teaming up with Jen for? They wasn't ex-sheriff. Okay. I got you, Kathy. Thank you. Okay, guys. Seeing as how Ashley evidently can't get up here, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night. But Ashley, if you're still listening, hon, next time, if there's any way at all possible for you to come up earlier, I want to say that the Honecker case happened since Summer went missing. But as far as him being sheriff, I didn't pay close. No, he's not the sheriff, honey. There's only been 3 sheriffs in the last 30 years. And that was Ronnie Lawson's dad, the other guy, and then Ronnie Lawson. That's it. I wonder about all of them because, as far as I know, Hunter still hasn't got his phone back, and somebody else was saying that Don's phone and didn't log it as evidence. I don't know. Hello, Jetta from Texas. Those kind of network together and cover each other's butts. I read it in a book There's politicians, lawyers, real estate people, all take care of their own. It's a SO fraternity or club of sorts. I agree. One of my sons is an officer. He said some guys get into the crime because of spending so much time investigating it. Lord, if that's true, I'm starting to wonder how many people are trying to hunt for Summer and looking into this case. Hope we all don't turn evil. I don't know what is going on with the phone tonight, but when you going live again. Um, this was just a pop-up. Uh, just whenever you think you'll be off, if you want to let me know, we can just go ahead and do a pop-up like me and Jen did tonight. Jen doesn't mind, I hope, anyways. She'll have to let me know if she's got something going on. Ashley will be live Wednesday for game night, Thursday for the usual live. Might be random pop up before that if anything comes up. Okay. Or if you need to go ahead and just schedule a time so that you can actually come on and talk, we can do that too. That's fine. I mean, as long as it's fine with Jen. Jen, is that all right with you? I believe some became cops just to hide their own criminal activity. That's true, honey. I believe that too. I'm just countrier than cornbread. I love Ashley. She is a sweetheart. You'll like her, Charlie. Yeah, the sciatic nerve. Yeah. She said, no, I don't mind. You know, I like our pop ups. Okay, so Ashley, just let us know when you can do it, sweetheart. I know you've been trying to catch one and actually be able to come up on panel and actually say something. Oh, well, we missed you too, sweetheart. It might have my name on it, but you're right here with me, so don't try to holler at shit. Shit, half the time I don't even make my comments without your advice on it. Think about it, girl. Maybe not your advice, but we discuss pretty much every comment and what's going to be said. Biscuit, you're just being ridiculous now. Jen, name a time, hun, that's convenient for you. I'm gonna try, Ashley. As of right now, I'm having a little problem. What I had scheduled as far as getting there, um, is now going to the beach for 4 days. So I'm trying to work something out. Are you going? If I don't, well, I mean, I'm gonna go live if I go, but if I don't go, then we're planning on doing something. Monday evening. Okay, Ashley, how about Monday evening? We can do that. Just plan on coming on Monday, Ashley, okay? Good night, Charlie. Are you going to bed? What's that? Your favorite part of the conversation? When I hang up? On here amongst us and the light candles, and I have been working on something for her. Okay. Okay, Ashley, we'll see you Monday evening then, sweetheart. There are 7,000 true crime channels. Holy gramoly. Have I ever heard of Jamie Farley? She disappeared from Gastonia, North Carolina. The name sounds a little familiar. I probably have, but it just didn't stick in my head, you know. Are you leaving, Ashley? Good night, sweetheart, if you are. Oh, when we discussed the comments is your favorite part of the... Yeah, because you get to go in and scream at people. Oh, jeez. My legs are cramping up, guys. So I guess what we're going to do... No, I didn't hear about the 4-year-old boy missing from Graves, Texas today. Do you have a name for him, Kathy? If you can come up with a name, sweetheart, we'll try to work on something for it tomorrow. Okay, no, you don't scream at them. You don't use capital letters, and they can't actually hear you. But you forget you're on the phone with me, and I know what you're really saying. Okay? But we'll say that you don't scream. You politely tell them where to stick it. Yes. Oh, well, thank you, Charlie. I do. If I haven't told you, Charlie, I do appreciate everything that you do. She was around 18 or 19, I believe, and supposedly her boyfriend was at work, so his dad took her to the hospital, and she was never seen again. Seems like she was just forgotten. Sad. How long ago was that? Texas is having a big problem with kids getting snatched. Yeah, I don't doubt it. No, not yet. I'm looking into it. I was in another live and saw them ask. No name was mentioned. Okay. Charlie put the email in there if you guys don't have it. Kathy, I know you've got my email. Actually, I think I know Zero's got my... Probably pretty much everybody I've talked to is in here tonight. I think Ashley's the only one that hasn't emailed me something. And maybe discovering the truth. Okay, that's fine, hon. She disappeared April the 8th, 2008. I had to look it up. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if we can't do one on her, too. Yeah, I thought he was leaving, too. Or are you talking to me? I am fixing to sign off, guys. What about you? Oh, I was meaning that I don't think that you have ever emailed me anything to discover the truth. I said pretty much everybody else that's I can see their names has already emailed me something. So I know they have my email address. But it was you and somebody else, I think, Ashley, that has never emailed me anything. Okay, sweetheart. I appreciate that, Charlie. Well, it's actually fixing to be down, so I'm fixing to say goodnight, guys. I'm gonna have to go in here and take me some Tylenol myself and get into bed. It is 11:30 here, guys. You know how us old people are. Plus, I've got to get up early in the morning and go to town, and I'm gonna be in town all day tomorrow. My dog is gonna hate me. But anyways, guys, don't forget to say your prayers. Say the prayers for all the little kids that are missing. All the little kids, big kids, it don't matter how old they are. Because no matter what age they are, they're still somebody's kid. I don't know how to email. Computer stupid, LOL. I can't remember my passwords half the time. Oh, honey, you're fine. Oh, okay. Well, we'll be back on here Monday. Can you join us Monday? Probably around 6:30 or 7, maybe. Good night, Kathy. Good night, Jetta. Yeah, this old broad's going to bed too, honey. Good night, Kay. Zero. Miss Marshall. Discovering the Truth. No Filter. Charlie. Kathy. Marianne. I love you guys. Mimi. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you guys either on the next video or Monday evening, okay? We'll have something planned to go on Monday evening. I'll talk to you guys then. Have a great night. Gonna go feed the what? The birds. Oh, gonna go feed the birds. Y'all have a great night, guys. Love yous.